Hello. I think it's going. Oh yeah, okay. I was looking at the recording. We're good. We're live. I think so. Hold on. Oh, I'm just muted on there. Okay. Okay, yes, we're live. Hey. So, I was right. The I was gonna feel worse the day after helping my brother move. And here we are, the day after helping my brother move. And now all of my everything is sore and hurting and not having a good time. So I figured what better time than to sit down and play some Apex. So my reactions will all be slow and incohesive. I don't know. I'm sure we'll do fine. But yeah, hey. I've had a pretty decent weekend so far. I'm gonna be starting up going to work again tomorrow, which is gonna be fun. I look forward to it. There's some new stuff going on at my work. And I have a bunch of new things to work on. Stuff's changing around at work, so hopefully Monday and the following week are going to be a lot more interesting. But we'll just have to see. Maybe it'll just be more of the same, which I'm also okay with. Yes! Black jumpsuit ladies! Pick a black jumpsuit lady. Black jumpsuit lady. Bruh. Bruh, pick a black jumpsuit lady. Okay, well, he's missing some bits on his belly, but I guess that's kind of a black jumpsuit situation. Just without the belly part. In any case. So yeah, generally speaking, I had a good weekend. Helping my brother out didn't take that long. I think I talked mostly about that yesterday. Talked about it quite at lengths, but so yeah, still reeling back from it a little bit, but we'll just have to see how quickly it takes for that to get its issue solved. I am gonna let you guys know in the next week or so. Found out that my dad is going to need some help at his work, which might require me end up working after I normally work. So we'll have to figure that out, and who knows? It might be the first day that we stop streaming day after day, which is not going to be the world's best thing. But why did he grenaded it? Oh. Then get in a position where you're not being shot. Dang it, they have purple shields. Oh, that was on accident and everything.
Playing with fences. Anyone passes through here, we'll know.
They're here reviving.
I don't have anything.
Down that one. Cracked a bad dude's shield.
No, she's healing. It's okay. Get her up or heal her. Oh, it's gonna be close. Oh, that was super close. Oh, that was super close. Okay, so we're not gonna lose any points this round, hopefully. Nice. Ah, that was really good. That was really good stuff. Ah, I feel the beat. I feel the beat on this one, guys. But anyway, so sorry, I'm getting really into it this time. I'm not finding it so easy to really commentate on stuff. But yes, so I recently had the chance this weekend to sit down and watch The Pentaverant on Netflix, which is a show. It's like a little micro series made by oh, what the flip dingle is his name? What the flip dingle is his name? Michael Myers. I'm so upset because I just sat and finished watching it. And I thought it was a great show, man. I thought it was a really great show. The thing that I think is a little upsetting is it seems like they decided to just call it quits pretty quickly, which I don't really have much of an issue with resolution. It just felt like it was something that ended very quickly instead of being something that like had enough time to ramp up, you know? It's only 6 episodes long, so if you want something to watch that's like gonna be easy to sit down and like indulge with, I think it's definitely the kind of thing that you should sit down and watch. It is a very adult show. I'm just gonna say that out first things first. So if you don't want to, like, just read all the things that it could be, right? Like, read all the ESRB ratings for it. I don't think it's ESRB for TV. I actually don't know. But apparently Michael Myers has been on and off trying to do some stuff with TV and like movies. I haven't really been able to follow him much. The last thing that I honestly do know Michael Myers being in is Shrek, which they have a reference to Shrek in the show, you know? Like, they end up going to some European country that I totally have forgotten the name of by this point. But they went to, like, some European country, and they're all celebrating, like, this festival of the ogres or something, you know? And, so Michael Myers is trying to go there and get some, like, you know, story-specific item. But he's being chased down by Bigfoot. And, Shrek, somebody dressed in the Shrek costume comes by and helps him out. Which I totally love. You know, it is weird because, like, everybody talks... It feels like people talk about Shrek in a level of a type of ire, you know? Where it's like, oh, Shrek, yeah, you know, right? And it's like, oh, sure, you know, like, it is a little, you know, rough around the edges, Shrek, but I personally really enjoy Shrek. Like, a lot more than I probably should. And a big part of the reason for that is just nostalgia, in all earnesty. Way back in the day, we didn't have a lot of movies. So way back in the day, we were able to sit down and get Shrek as a movie. And it was basically like my childhood movie, more or less. Because we sat down and watched it, like, literally, you know, half a dozen or more times. And so Shrek has quite a soft spot in my heart. Simply for that reason. Just because there is that idea that... So they go, what? Like, it got to the point, right, where, like, I literally had almost memorized most of the script for the movie. And I was, like, quoting the movie while I was watching it in some cases, which I thought was really fun. I wouldn't be able to quote the movie now. I probably would only be able to get, like, some of the highlights down. But it's a movie that I hold near and dear to my heart. I'm a little here nor there on the, like, follow-ups, like Shrek the Second, Third, Shrek the Third. I think it's just Shrek the Third. But I need that. Every time there's someone who tries to jump in here.
Fence deployed. Setting a fence. Laying fences. The fence is complete.
I got some bad guys here.
Shush now. No more storms.
Okay, let's see. Let me make sure I'm full up on everything.
Extended light mag here. Level 3.
Do we have to hit a button, or does it just, like, wait for us?
Please watch your step as you exit.
There we go.
What do you think is over here?
Sounds like a good idea, man. Sounds like a good idea. But the thing that I was always able to sit and quote with Shrek was the Muffin Man scene. I had that thing down to heart, man. I don't have it down to heart anymore, but I definitely still have quite a fondness for that scene. Because he's all sitting there and he's like, can't my gun drop buttons? And then he turned into kind of like a hard character, you know? Why was he able to shoot so quickly like that? What the heck? Well, at least we're coming out of it with points. That's what I'm happy about. But then they got all our good loot. Which sucks. That sucks. It's so annoying. That happens every time. Somebody always finds you in that little armory and they just decide to kill you. Oh, man. Oh, and the Duloc song. I had that Duloc song down pat, man, when I was a kid. I think I probably still know it. I'm not gonna sing it for chat. I'm not gonna sing it for chat, but I love the Duloc scenes. It's funny, and it's even funnier too because like you have to remember this is like early 3D animation, and so it's like it weirdly makes sense that they didn't sit down and animate all of the like people being in the town square, but like it also makes sense as like a story perspective thing too. Because it's like, of course, Lord Farquaad would, like, you know, sit and kill anybody that doesn't sit down and enjoy the festival that he's holding, you know, right? And then on top of that, like, you know, of course it would have been an issue if Shrek was walking around the town square and people were freaking out, like, whoa, Shrek's in the town square, an ogre, you know. But it all just works out so perfectly. It's such good writing. But dude, I love them. I love it when they show up to Duloc. Ogres are like onions. They stink. Yes, no. Oh man. Dude, I probably still could recite like 70% of the film if I really tried hard. I love Shrek so much. But then it turned into a weird thing online. That's what I was kind of talking about with some people look at it with a level of ire and some people kind of like look at it very fondly. Maybe a little too fondly because there's a big meme going around when I was in high school of like Shrek is love, Shrek is life. Which is apparently very dirty. Don't look it up if you haven't seen it. It's not worth your time from what I've heard. No, I've never seen it. But some of my friends did sit down and watch it, and I was just like, dude, what is wrong with you? This is not. No, don't watch something like that. It's so funny. Huh? Shrek is love, Shrek is life. And then it spawned like a whole thing. Like they made a live action, just like theater performance of Shrek, which I thought was also equally as interesting and hilarious. Because you can tell that they clearly care and they're clearly trying, right, with it. But you could also kind of tell where like some parts of it just kind of didn't sink in the right way for the actors and for the people writing the script. And then especially for the poor people who are trying to sit down and make these costumes of the characters work for the actors, you know. They look just like really silly. But I don't know. I mean, honestly, considering the type of thing that they were having to sit and figure out, right? Like, I think they did a pretty decent job, ultimately speaking. But it's still very difficult because you have to kind of sit back and be like, yeah, it's silly. That's a silly looking costume. I'm sorry. It just is. It's just silly. But anywho. So yeah. Sorry, I am still a little tired. Still. And you know, I have been streaming for a couple days, so I haven't really had much of a chance to sit down and watch anything new or do anything new. Oh, I did also have a chance to sit down and watch. There's this series on Netflix. It's pretty much a Netflix day for me today. There was a series on Netflix about some kids that their parents in Japan will send them out to do like chores. And the idea of it is that like they're trying to see like, oh, you know, is my child capable of sitting down and doing a chore at like 4 or 6 years old or whatever, you know? And so they send out these like very, very young, small kids to go do these chores. And of course they're fine, right? Like, you know, they have film crews going around and it's Japan, so it's like a completely different country, you know? Right? Which is one of those things where like it would never fly in like America or something, you know? Right? And so they go around and they have them like look at all the different, or not look at all, sorry. They go around and they have them like collect like groceries or something for the family, or they'll have them, you know, just do different day-to-day type tasks. Like the episode that I watched today, the little boy was tasked with going and making some orange juice, essentially. So she sends him home with like a pack full of orange juice. And he's all like, okay, I'll go make some orange juice and come back, you know. Because they're all working in their, you know, orange fields. Man, why is that thing not easy to take down? And so he goes home and it's like, oh, he's going to start doing it because he gets all the stuff out, right? Like he gets completely ready for it. But then like he just kind of sits there and goes, you know what? I'm not doing that. And then he just decides that he's not going to sit down and make this juice. And then the mom gets a little upset because she's like, where is he? It's been like, you know, an hour and he hasn't had a chance to make the juice by now. Like, we don't live that far away, you know? And so, I don't really know how it works. That like they must be able to sit down and get the parents in on it because the boy continues to like fail the objective, you know, of like making the juice because he just wants to go and play. I mean, like who blames him? But how do you get out again? Okay, just interact. And so he's just like fails to make the juice, and so the mom sits there and he's like, "You didn't make the juice, didn't you?" You know, and it's like, well, how would she know, right? Like, I guess they just decide that like, you know, she's gonna get the live footage or something because there's no way that she would have known otherwise, you know. Which I can completely understand, because even if you are in Japan and it's like, oh, you know, this is at least somewhat more acceptable in a country like Japan. It is still one of those things where it's like, as a parent, you're probably sitting there going like, oh, I worry about sending my kid out to go do a bunch of chores and stuff. Like, are you sure? And they're probably like, yeah, we'll have them on camera the whole time. Well, there's adult people around, you know. Like, no worries. And so they probably sit down and like give them a live feedback of like what's been happening so far in the show. You know. That's what I would imagine, but I have no idea. It's a really fascinating show if you haven't had a chance to watch it. If you have Netflix, because I think it's only on Netflix right now. But it's a really interesting show, so I definitely recommend you sit down and take the chance to sit and watch it. Which, you know, frankly, it does actually kind of make me a little upset that that kind of show wouldn't work in America. Because back when I was a kid, right, I was able to walk, I think it was at least a mile, right? Like, it probably wasn't like this crazy amount of distance or something, but I was able to make it around for at least a mile, you know? Where did he go? Okay, well, the rest of the team's over there still, apparently. That's my secondary. Man, if I wasn't such a terrible shot, they would have been pretty uninterested. Hold on, I'll get to what I had to go through as a kid. Just a second.
Reloading.
Reloading.
Hold on. Let me help you.
Ah!
Buggy right here.
Down one.
Buggy here.
No, he's getting double teamed. Oh, he was doing so good too.
I got everything under control.
Dang it. I think we probably lost points then. But when I was a kid, I had to go to and fro elementary school. And again, it wasn't like the furthest distance in the world. But I did still have to like walk approximately at least a mile, if not a couple miles, to and from school some days. It was always after school, right? Like it was never before school, because I would have never made it to school on time if I left in the morning to go walk to school. But walking home, I always got the chance to sit and walk home because my parents would be at work or they'd be at the grocery store and they had to be at the grocery store for like an hour or two or something, you know. And so they were like, "Oh, sorry, you can either stay at the school or you can go ahead and just walk home." And it was like, "Oh, okay," you know. So I got to sit and like walk home, and I got to walk through a bunch of. It was a nice place, you know, like a nice, you know, area. It was still like urban, but
Keep calm.
Um,
Don't blow a fuse.
like there's a bunch of like farmlands kind of scattered about between point A and point B of, you know, going home and elementary school for me. And so I gotta just kind of like sit and walk around from point A to point B, just kind of like taking my time, you know. And it would take a long time, right? Like it wasn't like, you know, this quick little jaunt. It would take like sometimes an hour, depending on how fast I go, you know. Or if I stop and I just want to sit down and relax or something, you know. But I loved it so much because I got it gave me this chance to just like be out in the world by myself, just doing whatever I wanted to do, you know. I was just like, I'm gonna walk from school back home, and it was so much fun. And I begged my parents so many times to let me do it, but they only gave me the chance to do it um, when they were like, you know, I'm busy or something, you know. So, but I still got to do it a pretty decent amount. Like I still got to do it like, you know, I'd want to say at least 20, 30 times or so, through a couple of years of my elementary life, you know. So it was still a really fun time. I think the only time that I did regret it was like a very hot day. I think I was in like an older grade, like 6th grade or something, you know. So I was trying to like reconcile with like a hard day of math or something, you know. And then I also had to like walk home, and it was just like, this is annoying. I just had a long day of doing math, and now I gotta go walk home in the heat, and you know. So I think there was only like 1 or 2 days where I was just really like, this sucks, you know. But I still loved it ultimately.
I'm down.
Hold on,
Alright.
Melanie. I will be there shortly. Hang on.
Where is he?
That's the first of many lights to go out.
He's way far away. I need
I'm in trouble.
my friend's cooperation. Where did that come from?
Just topping off my shields.
Dude, somebody just scoped on me.
Your time is not over yet.
Taking a minute to heal up.
Just gotta patch myself up. Medkit here.
Where are they at?
Recharging shields. Shot fired, and they're hitting me. Bad news, I'm down. I'm taking fire. One of my enemies.
Reloading. Sniping. Cover me. That's what you're supposed to say, right?
Recharging my shields. I am
almost cracked.
Making contact with enemy. There's one. Hostile down. Got one here.
Swimming in steam and ready to win.
Time to put down some syndicate dogs.
Time to cut the power.
This is your champion.
Do you fear me, legends?
I'm the jump master. I am honored.
Looks fun over there. I'm the jump master. I love this part! Ha! It's go time! Let's go over here.
Beginning
Must
ring
go
countdown.
faster. Evo shield here. Level 2.
First blood.
That's the first of many lights to go out.
Healing up. Rápido, rápido.
Okay, sorry about that, guys. I had to go radio silent for a minute. My mom needed to come and see if she could find some paper notebooks. Because she starts a new job tomorrow, which I'm pretty excited about. Alas, we weren't able to find more than one that does not fit. Because you need to get one of those, like,
Okay, we're all
top
over the map.
flippers, where it flips from the top instead of from the side. And so it just kind of sucked because we only had, like, a side flipper one. But I'm sure whatever works, works, and we'll be able to find another one here eventually. Because I could have sworn I had some for college, because I had the same, like, sort of notebook kind of keeping thing when I went to college. So I am a little weirded off by the fact that we weren't able to find one. But it is what it is. I do think it is a little weird, though, because it's one of those things where it's like, when you stop using paper, it really becomes weird that you don't have paper, you know? Because there is and there has been this like huge
So close.
disconnect in the in the modern era
Go time.
between like using paper and technology. And so like because we've all moved on to like computers and stuff, it just feels really weird when you sit there and you're like, okay, I need something that has to be paper, you know? And then you're just not able to find anything because you probably haven't bought in paper in years, but you always remember and feel like, oh man, I've always had paper, you know, I've always had paper pencils, but apparently it's the kind of thing where we just don't have a lot of that kind of stuff. And my mom does stuff, she likes to sit down and write things with paper, so it is what it is.
Rings near and closing in 10.
I'm excited, I hope she does well tomorrow.
Big fire here.
Optics here. Mid-range.
Optics.
Ammo here.
We could check out here.
And what I need is not this.
designed it to hurt anyone
I don't
outside
like
of it.
using Spitfire. Spitfire, the reason I don't like Spitfire too much, even though it holds on to just like a ton of ammo, the thing that I don't like about it is it doesn't really shoot too fast. And so if you mess up just enough, you're not going to be able to like do anything about it. And there's not a lot of scenarios where you're like in between. You're not in like a medium range, you know? It's always like something of like a pseudo close range, or it's usually like long range kind of battles. And so it does kind of suck because it's like, Spitfire is only really super good at medium range because you can keep sitting and sending out damage and ammo to people
Could really use sniper ammo.
when you're, you know, far away and like far enough away.
Supply bin over here.
I guess I'm just gonna have to commit to using heavy ammo. I have to commit to using Spitfire until I can find something better. But yeah, I honestly don't remember where we were at, what we were even talking about.
Dibs.
Uh,
Shield
oh, I did have a chance to sit and watch.
Don't worry, it won't slow you down.
It's basically just everything that I sat and watched today. I had a chance to watch Happy Gilmore. It's been probably something like 15 some odd plus years since the last time I sat and watched Happy Gilmore, or really any Adam Sandler movie for that matter. So it was super weird, because Adam Sandler back in the day used to be like
Must go faster.
the movie creator that everyone watched when I was a kid, and like amongst all the kids, right? Because like he had kind of a crude humor, and his humor was kind of like just family friendly enough to where like, you know, parents wouldn't feel weird about showing Adam Sandler movies, you know, or similarly like other parents, you know. And so like I got to sit down and watch like a lot of Adam Sandler when I was a kid, you know, whether that's Click. I think the movie's name is like Click or something like that, where he has a time traveling TV remote. And then there's Happy Gilmore, and then he had some later ones too, where he was like a camp counselor or something like that. He was camp counselor, or he had a kid that was going to camp, and so him and another comedian sit down and made a movie. I could be wrong. I don't remember a lot about Adam Sandler, and that's why it's just kind of a shame, because Adam Sandler was like a huge influence to a lot of kids at my age, you know, back in the day.
Let's kill him before.
It was basically... Excuse me, sorry.
What's up?
Huh? Hey, now that's just rude.
Sergeant,
I'm opening.
No more guns.
Hey!
Free.
They're really trying to dig into me. That's the rudest thing I've ever seen. Oh, I thought somebody was in it.
Keep shooting at me.
This is what I'm talking about. It's all short range, or it's either short range or long range situations. That's why I hate Spitfire, man. Oh, that just sucked. Man, I would have been able to do a lot better if I had a better gun or something. And if I wasn't all shooken up by my mom coming down and not warning me that she was coming down. Come and look for a notebook. So I'm all distracted thinking about where all my notebooks in the house went. Ah! It is what it is, though. We didn't lose any points, which I'm kind of happy about. So, you know, at the very least, there's a silver lining. Rampage and R301 are in crafting rotation. I feel like they've been in crafting rotation for some time. Ooh, excuse me. We're gonna be after Apex. We're gonna switch off to something that's a little bit more calm. I'm trying to debate between doing some
This is more than a battlefield to me.
Elden Ring or doing some mini motorways. Because I haven't played mini motorways in a while, except for me streaming it the other night. Or even last night, I think it was.
Science doesn't sleep.
So,
And
part of me
neither
wants to
do
get
we.
back into
I'm mute.
mini motorways. Because I used to sit and play it for like, you know, a good couple hours at a time. But I haven't had the chance to sit back and play it again. Or really the interest, too. But I think it's a really fun game. I really enjoyed my time whenever I sit down and play it. Wilbur! Wilbur! Speaking of, it seems like... Speaking of Wilbur. Well, Wilbur... Oh, no, wasn't Wilbur... It's not Wilbur, though, is it? I'm thinking of the movie... I think it's a movie called Lost, where the main actor has like a mental breakdown, and he creates a beach ball friend based off of like his friend that died with them on the boat ride or plane ride to wherever they're going. I think that's what it is. Oh, Wilson! That's what its name is. Its name is Wilson, not Wilbur. What am I thinking? Wilbur. Sounds like... Is that the pig from Scarlet's Web is Wilbur? Wilbur. I am starting to think that it's the pig's name from Scarlet's Web. Wilbur the pig? That was a crazy point in my life. Wilbur. Or Scarlet's Web, more specifically. Because they... Around when I was a kid, there were two big pig movies. There was a pig movie that I'm not going to be able to remember the name of. And then there was another movie, Scarlet's Web, that had a pig as the main character. Of course, the main character was kind of Scarlet, but whatever. The pig was kind of the... The pig was the initiator of most things that happened on the farm. Wilbur. Was it really Wilbur? Hold on, I'm gonna have to look this up. I think that is what it is. I think it's Wilbur. Hold on, Wilbur the pig. Let me look this up real quick. While we're not in danger, let me look up Wilbur. Man, my phone is the worst. Yeah, it does this thing where Wilbur the pig? It is from Charlotte's Web. Yeah, Wilbur. Okay. Yeah. So that's a throwback, man. That's a throwback. Wilbur the pig. I can't remember. I can't even believe that I remembered that his name was Wilbur. Like, what a name to remember. Wilbur the pig. Oh man. Oh man. Why do I remember that? Now I feel super old. But anyway, there was Scarlet's Web that was like live action that had Wilbur the pig in it. And there was some other like pig movie that I don't remember the name. But there were 2 pig movies, one after another, came out around when I was younger, which is really odd, you know. I guess it's not the weirdest thing because that also happened with like ant movies, because there was Bugs Life that came out as well as the movie Ants. Like the actual title of the movie was Ants. Ants. Ant-Man.
I hear you.
That one specifically does have a story to it, though. Surprisingly, like one of the lead directors, or just a lead over the projects that were going on at Disney, had an idea about ants, or like making a movie based on ants, and so the team that he was working with found either had the same idea or they resurrected the idea.
I spotted an enemy.
You're really close by. Are we getting squished by 2 teams right now? Hey guys, there's someone over there.
Has already been over there.
We're all inside the ring. Fantastic.
Under fire. Recharging shields.
I'm fencing.
That should hold them out.
Fence enemy.
Or in, or whatever. So apparently like the head or like lead over Disney, or some Disney executive or something, had the idea of making a movie about ants. And then the guy left and he took the idea with him. And then the other animation studio sat down and was like, hey, why don't we make a movie about ants? Like, that'd be kind of cool, right? And so they made a serious movie about ants, and then Disney made more of a cartoony kind of version of ants. What is happening? Why am I taking so much damage from this? So there's more of a story behind that, but I do still think it's weird that 2 pig movies came out at roughly the same time when I was a kid. Did we kill them all? Flesh like 40 HP. What do you want about?
If the fence gets crossed, we'll know. Engaging the enemy. Reloading.
Yeah, got him.
Confirm slash on whole squad.
That was a good move.
Shields recharging.
I did pick up ammo that well, I guess any ammo works. See, that is what's good again with the car, is that whether it's light ammo or heavy ammo, they both work. Which I think is somewhat overpowered, but I appreciate the sentiment quite a lot.
Healing my wounds.
Here's that pick-me-up, pal. Being shot at.
Taking fire.
No. We're just repeating what our friends just did and died. No!
Come on, this way. Enemy right here.
Hold up. Healing.
Wilbur, survive! The other pig movie has nothing on you. Wilbur! You got to survive. You gotta survive, Wilbur. That'll do, pig. That'll do. What's the name of that other pig movie? What is the name of that other pig-based movie that came out when I was a kid? Wilbur. Pig movie? Pig movie. There's a an R-rated 2021 film called Pig. That's not what I'm looking for. Pig-based movies? I can't believe somebody made a movie called Pig. Come on. No, not the 2021 film. Old movie. Babe. That's what it's called. It's called Babe.
Party. Let's
Babe the Pig. Yeah, Babe and then Charlotte's Web. Those were the two movies. Charlotte's Web was 2006. Oh, Babe was 95.
Keep
How is
calm
that?
and don't blow a fuse.
I owned the VHS for both of them. Wow, okay, yeah. Or maybe it was the animated one, because that's a live action Charlotte's Web. What was the animated Charlotte's Web? When did that come out?
This is your champion.
When did animated Charlotte's Web come out? Because I think... Charlotte's Web Wikipedia page. Why not? Themes, history, reception. Why does nobody make it easy to know? Goodness. Adaptations. Film. A book was adapted into an animated feature of the same name in 1973 by Hanna-Barbera. 73.
Let's check out this area.
Well, that doesn't make any much more sense. 73? By Hanna-Barbera? I don't think so.
Getting my eyes in the sky.
Is it the... It felt more like a Disney than a Hanna-Barbera. What? There's no way it came out that long ago and was still on VHS.
Here. 2 to the chest, 1 to the
Hanna-Barbera?
shotgun pistol.
I need
No.
a PC one. Shotgun ammo here.
Hold on.
Gotta hop up here.
I gotta look into that a little bit more. Because that's wild to me. Hanna-Barbera. What?
Got an extended sniper mag here. Level 1.
Hanna... Okay, I'm a little bamboozled. There's no way a movie from 73 got re-released on VHS. And I remember owning both Babe, the 95 movie about a pig, and Charlotte's Web from 76. There's no way. But it still also makes just as little sense having a 2006 film of Charlotte's Web, because I don't remember it being the live action one. That's a live action one from 2006. Man, now I just don't know. Now I just don't know.
I learned here.
Thank you, Korean name.
It'll be our secret.
I think that's Korean. Korean is usually uses a lot more loop type elements
Don't mention it.
in its text. It's weird why he would be playing on American servers, though. It does make sense when people from China play on American servers. Or like China, and I guess some Korean, depending on what game it is, some Korean players on American servers make sense. Because I think it's like League of Legends or something. There's like a lot of cheaters in Korea. Where they'll sit down and have, you know, just like bots play the game or something. Something like that. I can't remember if it's League of Legends or what. But it's something to that effect. Where are my friends going? This is clearly the next best place to go to start trying to get some gear.
Heads up. Ring's closing in 1.
Other squads have been there before us.
What's down this way? I propose we go down
We
this
should go
way.
there.
We don't have to deal with those guys for a minute. We can just try and wait for some of the squads to kill each other.
Close.
And then we can build up our shields a little bit with the spider nests that are down here. Goodness.
On my mark.
Get out of here, spider. I think this is a very welcome addition to the game, having just some mobs to sit down and shoot. Because it does get a little tedious sometimes just immediately dying,
Ring's moving.
or having other series of issues. Man, what is that one doing? It feels a lot more like Titanfall, which in the same respect I am kind of upset about, because I really want Titanfall 3 more than anything. I so much more want Titanfall than just more Apex. Which I know is like, alright, but dude, I don't know. I just get a little tired of... I get a little tired of the idea... I don't get tired of Apex, because, again, I have like something like 500 plus hours in it, and this is one of the few games where I have so much like time put into it. And of course it's like over many years, so it's not like I've sat down and played it all at the same time, but it is still one of those things where like I get upset at the idea that Apex has survived so long to the point where there's basically almost no chance that it seems like there's ever gonna be for
There's a new
a
kill leader.
Titanfall to be released, you know? Which is just so frustrating to me, because Titanfall is what spawned this game, you know? And for there to not be a Titanfall, like, even just planned, you know what I mean? It's just kind of frustrating. It's also frustrating, too, because they haven't even, like, tried to put Titans into this game. Which I can understand why they haven't, because... You know, if they sat down and put mechs into this game, it would really change the way that it's played. You know? Plus, it would be super easy to take down something like a mech in this game, too. Because people would just immediately look at it and go, ah, look at the big target, this big old mech, you know? Let's go ahead and just kill the big mech, shall we? You know, and then they just, like, pop off, right? In the same way that, like, the very quick speeder bike kind of things are something that just kind of, like, disappears pretty quick. If you're really paying attention and you're attacking it. So, I think it would be pretty difficult to sit and try to make this game work to have a bunch of Titans.
Just topping off my shields.
But that's also why I think they should sit down and have Titanfall, but, you know. And they wouldn't have to do a lot with it, either. You know, they wouldn't have to sit down and be like, oh, no more, you know, Apex Legends, right? They could make a Titanfall and have it be just as compelling.
Enemy over there.
Okay, this is kind of a sticky situation. So we are right behind an enemy team. Where? Why did you attack them so close to us? Ugh. Ugh. And now I'm definitely gonna lose points. Uh-oh. 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 My chair arm just broke off at the hinges! How did that happen? No, not that one. That one. Heal. Ew.
I'm recalling my drone.
Okay. That was quite the close one, guys. I can't believe the arm of my chair fell off. And don't have any fat jokes about it either. It's not. I am a larger gentleman, but that's not why it came off. The reason that my chair has kind of come off is that these are just like bad chairs. I don't know who makes them, but the chair that I have is just bad. You know? My brother, who weighs, mind you, significantly less than me, he even sat down and broke the arms off of his chair on accident. So it's not like a wild thing, right?
Give me a second. Fixing up.
Just
But
topping off my shields.
it is still one of those things where it's like, man, I can't believe I have never had a chair have something overly significant break, right? That's not
Healing my
good.
wounds.
Maybe we shouldn't have stayed outside of the ring for so long. I don't have any ring prevention stuff. And I'm running on my last heal too.
Here. Level 3. Level 1.
And safe. Hopefully.
Healing. Watch my back.
Okay, we gotta get him
Ultimate's off cooldown. Who wants to
some
see rain?
healing
Just topping up
supplies.
my shields. Let's go that way. Ring closes in a minute. No time to waste. Helmet here. Phoenix Kid here.
Okay, let's see. Bigger backpack's always useful. Did he take and start using that?
Ring's not close, and we've only got 45 seconds.
And we only got 45 seconds. You know, the more I think about it, the more that I actually really did enjoy that movie. Ants. Weirdly enough, I feel like I, on some level, liked the movie Ants more than I did Bug's Life. You know, I actually don't know. Now that I think about it, I don't know. Maybe that's why it was such a conundrum back in the day, and like why everybody was like kind of talking about it, because it is a little weird, admittedly, for there to be two movies about ant-related protagonists. And maybe that's why they were both kind of mad at each other. Because it's like, I can't believe you took my ant movie, and, you know, you took my ant movie idea, right?
Let's go this way.
But the reason I say that I feel like Ants maybe did it slightly better on some level is because in Ants it looks at a very like hyper realistic kind of environment, you know? Like they go to a picnic, right? And it's like straight up just human beings and a picnic, you know? And then they go to like the dump and it's like, you know, a bunch of trash and stuff that's been rendered out to like look interesting, you know? We gotta move still.
Enemy over there. That gravity cannon's
I've
awesome.
spotted an enemy.
Let's reposition here.
Okay. We don't got a lot of time. I don't know why you want to reposition all the way over there.
Enemy over there.
All right.
Yeah, we're all running to the ring. That's kind of what the problem is. I don't have any heals, girl. Oh, well, I do, but... This is not a good place to sit and try and be.
Fixing up.
Ring's far. Taking a knee. Patching up.
Nose said that she saw somebody, so they might be in that building.
Eyes up. Incoming replicator.
I'm focused on crafting. 미안해.
Do you want to send out your drone or something? I don't know, man.
Optics here. Sniper. Always better than iron.
Again, I'm sorry I'm not as talkative tonight. I've just been kind of like riding a wave of being tired recently. I think also part of it too is maybe that I'm just kind of running into the wall
See one of them. Be prepared.
where I'm kind of just burnt out from streaming, you know? Which is very well equally as possible. Oh, plenty of heals in there. And a carbine too.
Taking fire. Firing. Reloading. Hold on. I have to use Phoenix kit.
Ring's nearby. 1 minute till close.
There's a new kill here.
Okay. We need to start repositioning to try to get to that circle then.
Safety's out, folks. Enemies here.
45 seconds left. We're almost there. Getting my eyes in the sky.
Let's go that way.
Let's just start pushing towards the ring, because if we get caught in a fight here with the ring on our backs,
We're
it's
close
going to
to
be
the
a
ring.
pretty bad
Get
situation.
prepared. 30 seconds left.
Let's check out this area.
I see one of them. Be prepared.
I know, we got to try and make sure we get into some good cover in the ring, so that we're not trying to race over to it.
Somebody has. Never mind. We should move here.
Up in the chimney.
Ring's right there. 10 seconds.
Popping smoke.
I'm recalling my drone.
Found a mobile respawn beacon here.
Loud. 우리 팀 잘 만난 것 같아.
Thank you.
Let's see if I can try and get on top of this thing.
Remove the delay on energy ARs.
Care package coming in.
Is there an easy way to get on top of these buildings? Probably from here. Oh, definitely from here. Okay, here we go. There we go. See, now we can just sit here and scope out all the people who are going to start running our way. What are those two little things? They look like two little people.
Deploying a respawn beacon.
Prepare yourself. We have an enemy.
I hear you.
Watching that vector.
What was that?
Enemy spotted.
Executing reboot.
I hit somebody. I hit.
There we go.
Dropping the bag.
I downed an enemy.
Why was it still showing red shields?
Reloading. I defeated an adversary. We're one step closer to winning.
That was the last of them.
Yeah, that was our whole team. Yeah.
2 enemy teams left.
I told you guys. That was a good move. It was a good move, wasn't it? That was a good move. Now I gotta go figure out the next ring.
Taking a knee. Patching up.
Healing my wounds.
Yeah, enemy spotted. Signaling my drone back.
There's an enemy team up
Rings
here?
nearby.
Why are you being so cavalier if there's an enemy team right here? You just lying to me?
I've spotted an enemy.
Seconds. Ring ain't far. Rings close.
I know. I want to wait to see if they engage with somebody else. Oh, they're starting to.
The ring will
Smoke out. Spotted.
Got her. Dude, we're doing great. Probably because I'm shutting up and just focusing. Oh, this is great. I think we caught him with other teams tacking.
Reloading. Got him. Another notch on the belt.
Only one has a
Oh,
team.
come back out into view.
recharging my shields.
Just topping up my shields.
Give my shield a recharge.
Arcstar out.
Do I not have any grenades, really? Oh, none of those landed. Are you kidding me?
I am a storm. Recharging my shields.
We're outside the ring. You're ready for a...
Shield recharging.
Just topping up my shields.
Okay. Okay, he just thinking what I was thinking.
Give me a second. Fixing up.
Oh, whoa, 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 whoa! Bad move.
Healing my wounds.
Oh, that's not good. He knows where I am.
This way. 가자.
Okay. He knows where I am.
Sending reboot command. Backing out of my drone. I'm good to go.
It is just the two of them now. Just gotta be a little careful.
Someone destroyed.
No, they found the drone. And I'm out of heals for shields, which is not good.
Give my shields a recharge. Not too
Recharging my shield.
Ah,
hop in the chimney.
okay, yeah. Do I have an ultimate? Okay.
Hold on. Shield recharging. Yeah, the ring's catching up to us.
Eye of the storm.
Okay, this is getting a little stressful. No more Shrek talkatry.
Throwing thermite grenade. Hold on. Shield recharging.
Ah, goodness. They're just on this one, man. Now we're all stuck in a corner.
Take fire. Heads up. Dropping the blade.
I know.
Using a phoenix.
This is not a good position to be.
Rings next door.
Just gonna wait for this shield to get my. Just gonna wait for this to get my shields up.
One in the chimney. Spotted.
Oh, now my shields are out.
Recharging shields. 3-0. Rings close.
Yep. Yep. Recharging shields. Oh, guys, we got this.
EMP protocol initiated. I'm back. Logged off my drone.
15,
My
14,
drone has been destroyed.
13, 12, 11,
Moves in 10.
Soft
10,
out there. Staying focused.
9. Oh, no.
Somebody. Spotted. Let's relocate here.
Taking a minute to heal up.
No.
Give me a sec.
Don't.
Check out this area.
Oh, no. Guys, come on, pull it off. This would be an incredible end. Oh, guys, come on, you can do it. Oh, guys, come on, you can do it. No! No! It's all my fault for getting down! No! Oh! Oh, no! Oh, it's all my fault! Oh, we were so close! If I just helped a little bit. If I just helped a little bit. Ah! Now I just feel terrible. Ah, we were so close! That was so close! Oh, whatever, man. Whatever. It's playing with a whale, sitting there buying all those skins. Ugh. I can't believe it. I have 2 kills. Should have never taken Sentinel. Like the sniper rifle? What do you want about? Sentinel's fine. Oh, man. Man. We got a lot of points, though. And we ranked up. There it is. I guess that is a good way to end off with Apex for the night. That is a good way to end off with Apex Legends for the night. Oh, man. We finally ranked up. 8 points over the threshold to level up for the night. That's incredible. That is absolutely incredible. Sadly, I only got 2 kills at like 300 points of damage, which is kind of upsetting, but hey, man, we got up to bronze level 3, and I've had rounds where I've done a lot more and gotten a lot less out of it, so you know what? I'm happy with this one. I'm super happy with this one. Bronze 3, that's where it's at. Hopefully, if we keep going with it, we'll be able to get up to a higher level. I'm sorry for sitting here and not really having much to say over the last, like, 30 minutes or so. It's just kind of been, like, a nice, chill, relaxed kind of day for me today. And again, I don't know if it's that I'm just kind of getting a little burnt out from streaming because I have streamed more or less every day this week, for about 2 hours at least. And then I also am kind of coming off of being pretty tired from helping my brother move. I'm still all hurting and aching and having issues. And then that was a pretty concentration heavy kind of match where I really had to pay attention to what I was doing. But hey, it all worked out for the best. We sat down and were able to take him out and win, which I'm super happy about. Well, sorry, we didn't win, but we were able to take out a pretty decent amount of people. And then, excuse me, we were able to get up to bronze 3. So hey, just got to get another 500 points before I get to bronze 2 and 1. Yeah, look at that. So you have, oh, so they call it rookie tier, not stone tier, which honestly is basically just stone tier. Oh, rookie tier. Come on. Come on. Man, dude, the highest I've ever gotten has been I think like the first rank platinum. I could be mistaken, but I think I got to first rank platinum, which I was super thrilled about, but I don't think we're going to be able to make it all the way to platinum, guys. Cuz like the higher level you get, the harder it is to get points. Maybe that's why they change, like, because I don't know if you get up into higher ranks if you have to do more for the pay-in. I wonder if you just get the same pay-in based on what rank it is. Values. Oh no, view all entry costs. Oh, okay, so the entry costs are quite a bit. The entry costs are still quite a lot of it. Yeah, so I have no idea if we're going to be able to get anywhere close to platinum. Honestly, I don't even know if we're going to be able to get close to gold at the current rate that it's taking, right? Like 3 days in a row, a couple hours each night, it's going to take a good old long time, I'll tell you that. I'll tell you that. But we're going to go ahead. I like to have 3 big main health features that I like to push on the channel. The first one is sleep. If it is really late where you are right now, you've been able to get through most of the stream. You've been able to get through this first stream, and that I very much appreciate. But if it is really late where you're at, even though I plan on doing another hour, like streaming another hour, I would go ahead and just say, go ahead and get some good sleep, man. You deserve it. Try to get some good sleep. Try to make sure that you get a good sleep schedule as well. I've been fairly consistent with how I've been streaming, so hopefully that gives you a reason to want to go to sleep. You watch a little bit of my stream and then you want to go to sleep afterwards, which would make sense considering that I'm not very entertaining. um, but yeah, so I would recommend if it is really late where you're at and you haven't gotten a chance to keep a good sleep schedule, use the opportunity now if you'd like. The other 2 that I'd like to stress is having a chance to stand up and walk around. I think the last time I looked into it, experts say that every 30 minutes or so you should be standing up and walking around for at least a minute or 2, ideally 5 minutes. And then whatever next interval, depending on what you're capable of, it's best to do that. Or if for some crazy reason you just have to be in a seated position, make sure you sit down and get like a good chair or something. You don't want to get any like blood clots. You don't want to have any of the other terrible health effects that may or may not come from just having kind of a diverse mobile lifestyle. So take the opportunity, stand up, de-sweatify your butt if that's an issue that you deal with. Also prevent against things like clots, blood clots, and things. Because it's kind of important that you try to maintain that kind of thing. Try to take a break every once in a while. Which leads me to my third thing. If you haven't had a chance, go ahead and get some water. Stand up, get some water. You can do all 3 technically, all in the same point moment, but those are all the 3 things that I like to kind of like push on the channel. So if you haven't had a chance, use this as your opportunity. We're going to be back playing probably we're probably gonna end up playing Elden Ring. Sorry, I was still deciding. I was still deciding between Elden Ring or if we should do Mini Motorways again. I think we're gonna try and get into Elden Ring. It's been a while since I played it, a good couple of days or so. We're still trying to sit down and get all the achievements, so there will be quite a bit of spoilers if you sit down and watch that one, which I do apologize for, but that's what we're going to be doing. Is we're going to be doing some new game plus work on Elden Ring, hopefully. Unless I change my mind, I might change my mind because I am starting to think of Mini Metro a little bit. I don't know. I don't know. Maybe we'll do some Mini Metro. Maybe we'll do some Mini Metro. I like Mini Metro. I think it's a lot easier to talk while playing Mini Metro too, because it's a very like relaxed, just kind of like put some roads down and manage traffic. So I think we're actually gonna go ahead and sit and play some Mini Metro. I think for me that feels a lot easier to sit down and do and play. We have to go and beat our record. Have to get at least 1,000 trips on the 2 new levels that they just released not that long ago. So join me for that. I'm gonna try and think of some stuff to talk about because I really am kind of lazing about with not having anything to talk about today for some reason. But yeah, stay tuned. Get up, get some water. Yeah, we will be back. So go ahead and just stay with us.